Hi, welcome to my channel. Here's a little bit about me. My household consists of myself, my husband, and my toddler. My mom also lives with us, but her finances are not included in ours. We live in a high cost of living area in the Northeast. Both my husband and I went to graduate school, but fortunately, we no longer carry student loan debt. I work in banking and he works in aviation. I take care of all of the family's finances, and I love my role as the self appointed CFO. I enjoy talking about all things money, and I look forward to sharing a wealth building journey with you. I hope you enjoy this video.
On a whim, I decided to Google common causes for divorce in America, and there is apparently I'm not the first person to be interested in this. Over 188 million results that came back, and there are various lists um, of reasons. Top 10, top 8, top 5. Decided to go with this USA Today article, and it shows that it has a list of six reasons why people divorce. Very common theme is that infidelity tends to be the number one reason, but money problem make an appearance right here, and that is not uncommon. A lot of the lists that I clicked on showed that money really does become a common theme of reasons why people divorce. It's not always number two, but it is always in the top five. It might be number three, might be number four, might even be number five. But a very common thing that I see, just like I see infidelity being at the number one spot in the list, money problems always somehow end up making the list. Now, this isn't a relationship channel. It's more of a money oriented channel. So I am going to approach this from a personal finance slash money problem angle. I decided to make a list of money issues that I think couples should agree on. So here's my list of 5 things I think all couples should agree on. Number one, life insurance. You need to agree on how much life insurance each spouse needs. You have to make sure that the other spouse is covered for all their needs if anything happens to you. And I think there's a very common misconception that the non working spouse does not need life insurance. In my opinion, that is the wrong approach to take. If you have children and that non working spouse provides childcare, you are about to be in the shock of your life when you find out how expensive it is to put a child in daycare or after school care for all of the time that your non working spouse was providing for that child. Make sure you have life insurance, not just to replace the income of the working spouse, but also to cover childcare and other assistance that you might need around the house for the non working spouse. Number two, you should have an agreement about retirement. Some people are going to retire at the same time because they're very close in age. Some people have an age gap. You might want to retire early. For example, you might be a part of the fire movement. Then, in that case, you might retire around the age of 50. Or you might just do a later retirement, but at 62, not quite 65. You're going to have to determine healthcare. You're going to have to determine Social Security. If you retire before your full retirement age, you will not get as much in Social Security. You also have to determine what are you going to do with your time. If you are spending all your time at home and one person is working, is the person who's working going to be resentful of you? Or are you going to be bored? Are you going to travel without them? You got to think about it. Maybe if you have more free time on your hands and you spend more money, they might not like that. So you're going to have to be on the same page as your partner regarding retirement. Number three, transportation. You have to agree on the cost. Some people have more expensive taste than others. Are you the luxury vehicle type? Or are you the type who likes to run cars into the ground? You have to coordinate. Are you a 2-car family or are you a 1-car family? Number 4, credit cards. Do you plan on paying your credit card in full every month, or do you like to live on the edge and pay the monthly minimum only? How are you going to optimize your cards so you can get the most rewards out of them? In our case, we have different cards, and I like to talk to my husband about which types of stores get us the most money. Do we get 4 times the point at restaurants and 3 times the point on a different card for gas? Then he needs to know that. So when we leave and we go out separately, we are swiping our cards the same way so we can get the most money out of them. Number 5, how do you feel about your children's education? Are you saving for them in a 529? Does your spouse approve of that? Are you planning on co-signing a loan? That's another area that your spouse may not approve of. Personally, I love my baby, but I am not co-signing for anything. I have seen too many horror stories of people who co-sign for their children, or worse, they took a parent plus loan where their child has no legal obligation to repay them back, and a verbal agreement that they will doesn't mean much. So now you're stuck with that debt. You're about to retire and you have student loans because your child didn't pay them off. So these are all things that I think all couples should agree on and get on the same page. But it's not a comprehensive list. What do you think couples should agree on? What did I miss? What do you disagree with? Do you have your own list? Post it in the comment section and let me hear your opinions on this one.
I would like to continue sharing my thoughts on all things money with you. So I would appreciate it if you could help out the channel by liking this video and sharing it with anyone you think might benefit from it. If you want to see more content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know when new videos come out. I'll see you in the next one.